Okay, this is Unit 12 review from CP Algebra 2, page 1. Alright, so we're finding the sum of each arithmetic sequence, so that means we're going to use that formula there. Okay, so S sub n is equal to 50 times negative 8 plus 286 over 2. So that's equal to 25 times 278. Okay, and so if we just do that on the calculator, 25 times 278, 25 times 278 equals 6,950, 6,950. Same type problem. Okay, do it this way. All right, S sub n is equal to 30 times 7 plus 94 all over 2. So that's equal to 15 times 101. Right, 15 times 101, and we do that on the calculator, and we get 1515. Okay, again another arithmetic sequence because it looks linear. Okay, so arithmetic sequence. It also told me at the beginning they're arithmetic sequences, so we know to use this formula, S sub n is equal to n times t sub 1 plus t sub n over 2. Remember, that's first term, last term, number of terms. Okay, so first term, let's figure out n is equal to 30, because it's 1 to 30. T sub 1 is equal to 4 times 1 minus 3, or 1. And then t sub, t sub 30 is equal to 4 times 30 minus 3. And so it's 120 minus 3, or 117. Okay, and so we just plug in 30 times 1 plus 117 over 2. So that's 15 times 118. And that's equal to 1,770. Okay, do the same thing over here. And we need to know t sub 1, which is 1 minus 2 times 1, which is negative 1. We need to know t sub 24, so that's 1 minus 2 times 24, negative 47, and n is equal to 24. So S sub 24 is equal to 24 times negative 1 plus a negative 47 divided by 2. That's equal to 12 times negative 48, and 12 times negative 48 is negative 576. The first 100 terms of the series is given, so n is equal to 100, t sub 1 is equal to 200, t sub 100 is equal to t sub 1 plus 100 minus 1 times d. That's your formula from previous unit. Okay, I don't plan on giving you that formula, so you need to know it to do these problems. 200 plus 99d. What's happening here? We're subtracting 5, so minus 5. Okay, and so 99 times a negative 5 is 495 minus 495, and that's equal to negative 295. Okay, so do S sub n, or S sub 100. That's equal to 100 times 200 minus 295 over 2, or that's equal to 50 times negative 95, which is 50 times 95, negative 4,750. All right. Okay, so this one, we've given t sub 1 is 8, We're given t sub n is equal to 128. What we don't know is that what n equals. Okay, but using this piece of information, remember t sub n is equal to t sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d. T sub n I know is 128. T sub 1 is 8. Okay, n I don't know. D I can figure out as 6 because we are obviously adding 6 each time. Okay, so I solve 6n minus 6, subtract the 8. Now I add the 6. I get 126 is equal to 6n, and 21 is equal to n. Okay, so now I've got n, so let's find s sub 21, which is equal to 21 times 8 plus 128 over 2. Okay, so 21 is not divisible by 2, but 8 plus 128 is 136. That is divisible by 2. 136 divided by 2 is 68. 21 times 68 equals 1428. And there's your answer. Okay, geometric series. If it's finite, we're going to use the formula n times 1 minus r to the n over 1 minus r. Okay, so we're going to try that here. We're given n, and we're given, not n, that's t sub 1. Okay, t sub 1, and we're given r, so we can just plug in. S sub 7 is equal to 5 times 1 minus 4, 1 minus negative 4 raised to the 7th over 1 minus a negative 4. Okay, so let's find out what 4 to the 7th is. 16,384. Subtract 1. And I get negative, so I get 5 times 16383 over 5. And the 5's cancel, so I get 16383 as my answer. Same thing here. I want S sub 8. Well, that's equal to 10 times 1 minus a negative 1/2 raised to the 8th over 1 minus a negative 1/2. Okay, 1/2 to the 8th. Okay, so 2 to the 8th. 2 to the 8th is 256. So I get 10 times 1 minus 1 over 256 over 1 plus 1/2. Right? So that's equal to 10 times 255 over 256 over 3/2. Okay, that's equal to 20 times 255 over 3 times 256. And I'm sure some stuff cancels there. The 3 will go into the 255 85 times. And then the 20 and the 256. 256 is divisible by 4, I believe, 64 times. And 20 is divisible by 4 5 times. And I believe that's as far as they go. So 5 times 85 is 425 over 64. Okay, and that's, you can do that or decimal. Either one works. Better calculator. I'm doing this on a phone calculator, so your TIs will get to that answer quicker. Okay, again, we're doing S sub n. In this case, it's geometric, so we got to make sure we use the right formula. Okay, t sub 1. Okay, so let's find t sub 1. T sub 1 is negative 2/3 to the first, which is negative 2/3. Okay, r is t sub 2 over t sub 1. So that's negative 2/3 squared over negative 2/3 to the first, which is negative 2/3. Okay, and n is equal to 7. So we'll come over here. We'll say we've got t sub 1, negative 2/3, 1 minus a negative 2/3 raised to the 7th over 1 minus a negative 2/3. Okay, so let's just start simplifying. 2/3, 2/3 to the 7th. Okay, that's 2 raised to the 7th, which is 128. 3 raised to the 7th, I don't know. 2,187. Over 1 plus 2/3. All right. That would be a lot simpler to do if I had my TI set up. All right, so negative 2/3. Okay, that's minus 128 times 2,059 over 2,187 all over 5/3. The thirds cancel. Okay, so that's the same thing as negative 2 over 5 times 2059 over 2187. That doesn't simplify, so we just multiply it out. Okay, so we get 4118 over 5 times 2187. 5 times 2187. 17,496. 17,496. Okay, again, you can do that in decimal. Not going to hurt my feelings. All right, so same thing here. Do S sub n. S sub n is equal to t sub 1 times 1 minus r to the n over 1 minus r. T sub 1 is equal to 5 times 1/3 raised to the first. R is equal to 1/3. And n is equal to 7. Okay, so let's come over here and do this. So t sub 1 is 5/3. 1 minus 1/3 raised to the 7th over 1 minus 1/3. Okay, so 5/3 times 1 minus 1 over 2187 all over 2/3. Okay, and so that reduces a little bit. That gives me 5/2 times 2186 over 2187. And the 2 will go into that top piece, so 2186 divided by 2 is 1093 times 5 gives me 5465 divided by 2187. And we'll stop there for this video.